Seven Nation Army couldn't hold me back.
Welcome to the Heat versus the World podcast. And now, stand up and make some noise for your host, Joe Jacob.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to what I'm going to call a mini episode of the Heat versus the World podcast. I just wanted to cover on a few things, and tomorrow we'll actually do a full-length episode after tonight's Nets game. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, by the way, if you haven't already, so that way you can be in time for that episode. But overall, man, the reason why I wanted to put this out is because there's a few things from last night's game against the Hornets that I wanted to comment on while it was still fresh. And there's a lot. We can talk about Dwyane Wade getting his statue finally. It already feels like eternity since Dirk got his statue with Dallas. So I'm finally glad that we can see D Wade get his, and I will talk about that later on in this video. But first, I do want to talk about the newest injury report for the Heat. In case you guys missed it last night, Jaime Jaquez Jr. And before we get into the injury, I just want to say, my man Jaime was cooking last night. Did y'all not see what he was doing in the first quarter? Like, if you haven't, please go look at the highlights. The dude was going off. He finished the first quarter with 15 points. And I was really hoping this dude could get a 40-piece because I wanted to brag that my rookie went and did that. But unfortunately, before we could get anything like that, he did suffer what they're calling a left groin injury, a left groin strain, So he will be missing tonight's game against Brooklyn. And it's very unfortunate because one thing I'll say is that, we all know this. The injury bug has been biting this team very hard, all right? The thing with Jaime was that he was the only player left to not suffer an injury this season. Everyone else has had to miss some sort of time because they've gotten injured some way, somehow. And Jaime was the only player not to be hurt yet, and now he is. And it's just been the story for this team. To those who don't know, Miami currently leads the league right now with the most the most lineups altogether. So that's what you would expect when guys are constantly going in and out of the injury report. It feels like every day someone new is on there with some sort of injury. So it's very unfortunate to see, especially with a guy like Jaime who has been cooking this year. The only thing I can say is I do wish him a speedy recovery, especially because, like I said, the dude has been cooking, bro. I'm so pissed off out of all the games he could have potentially gotten hurt in. And, I never want to see any of our guys get hurt. But it had to happen last night when my dog was out there doing his thing, like 15 points in the first quarter. I was getting hyped up. I had a long day, so I was really tired going into this game. But Jaime had me awake and alert, bro, because I was trying to see what this guy was finna do next. So the fact that this had to happen, it's very unfortunate. And, I wish him a speedy recovery because, we recently dropped a video. It's now our most viewed video on YouTube. So thank you guys so much. And it was a vid where we basically labeled Jaime as this, not even the second, the first overall best rookie in the Eastern Conference. And that says a lot because you look at the guys who is in this conference right now. Guys like the Thompson twin, Asar from Detroit. I know they've been struggling like crazy this year. It's not exactly new news over there. And so much other rookies that you got going on in the Eastern Conference. And you got a guy like Jaime that's out there outplaying all of them. You got Brandon Miller in Charlotte. He's had a better rookie season than a Brandon Miller. And I know there's already some crazy tweets going out. In case y'all missed it, that Stat News account, they went out and tweeted how Jaime is basically having a season that's on par with what a guy like Jason Tatum was able to do in his first year in the league. And, make whatever you want with that tweet. Obviously, the argument can be made about the fact that Jason Tatum was literally a lot younger than Jaime when he did that. But like to get those types of comparisons, it is nice. Am I saying that he's gonna end up like a Jason Tatum? I don't know. We'll find out when the time gets there. But like I said, it's very awesome to see him get those comparisons. So Jaime, if for whatever reason you're choosing to watch this video or podcast once we get it uploaded there, I just want to say get better soon, bro. You have been cooking this whole season, and I cannot wait to see you make your return. Now that we got that out of the way, I do have to talk about one more thing, and that's none other than the fact that Dwyane Wade is finally getting a statue, y'all. Can we talk about this real quick? Because oh my gosh, man. When I saw them finally announce it yesterday, I was so hyped. And I mean, it's not even something that's going to happen in like 2025. It's something that's going to happen in what they're saying is the fall of 2024. So not by this season, but by the beginning, I would say, of next season. So, I'm down with that. At least we know that we're getting to see a Dwyane Wade statue in 2024, aka the year we are currently in right now. Because as I said earlier in the video, it kind of annoyed me that Dirk was able to get a statue well before D Wade. So the fact that we're finally getting this over with, and the next time I go to the Kaseya Center, well, at least by the time of fall 2024, I get to go up there and take a picture with me and that Dwyane Wade statue. I'm so hyped for it. It's been long overdue, and I mean, what a great way to really cap off D Wade's legacy, because we've had so many nights to honor him. We've had, the night where we honored him as he was getting ready to retire from the league altogether. The 3 nights we spent, celebrating the fact that he was getting his jersey number retired. And, we get to celebrate all of this. And now we celebrate last night where he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. And now we get to celebrate this moment right here where he finally gets his statue. And I know a lot of people have been debating about what the statue should be what's what I'm looking for, what pose they should use for the statue. And I mean, I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that I want the statue to be of him doing the "This is my house" pose. It's such a great iconic moment of his. And I think it's kind of cool to put that outside the Kaseya Center. Even it would probably be colder if they were to put it inside as well, but most likely it's going to be an outside statue because the Kaseya Center, American Airlines Arena, whatever you call that arena, that was Dwyane Wade's house for the 16, 17 years he spent in Miami. 16. So overall, I'm so happy for Dwyane Wade. We've waited a long time, Heat fans, and we're finally here. Like, we are getting a statue, man. Like, it's still surreal to even think about it because this is all I've been telling people. Like, we need to get a statue out. We need to handle this right here, right now. The only thing I can ask you now, Miami Heat, is that we go out and win this championship, all right? Because let me tell y'all something real quick. Imagine if the Miami Heat win the championship this year, and then by the time of fall 2024, we're not only raising another banner, Jimmy, Bam, and the squad, not only are they getting their nice little championship rings, but we get to honor Dwyane Wade around that exact same time. We get to unveil that statue, and the celebration just continues. You can't tell me that wouldn't be an awesome moment. So, Miami Heat, let's get it done. Let's go win this championship because it looks like we've had so much awesome things happen in this year of 2024. Dwayne, not Dwyane Wade. I mean, we've already talked about Dwyane Wade. Eric Spoelstra finally got the extension that's been long overdue. You have the fact that Jimmy is now getting his own documentary. All types of cool stuff is going on for the squad, and I want to see it happen, man. Let's go win the championship this year. This team is the deepest team in the Jimmy Butler era. I've been saying this for a while now, and I still stand on that, even in the L's, even in the W's, all right? So let's go get the job done. I know a lot of people have been talking because we're near the trade deadline soon. And would it be nice to see the Heat make a deal? Sure. I'm not going to really dive into that until we get closer to the deadline. So we'll see what happens by then. But overall, man, it's looking like a great time to be a Heat fan. So with that all being said, man, get better soon, Jaime. Congratulations, Dwyane Wade. Miami Heat, keep up the good work, and let's go win this championship. And with that all being said, man, thank you so much for tuning into this mini episode of the Heat vs. the World podcast. And until tomorrow, hit my music because we out.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time with a brand new episode of the Heat versus the World podcast.